Good morning. Good morning, esteemed Superintendent Carvalho and respected board members. I am Maria Nichols, proud president of the Associated Administrators of Los Angeles. Thank you for the opportunity to speak and address you today. It is a new day at AALA, a new beginning for all of us. I come to you full of hope and optimism for our work ahead to improve and impact systemic change, to meet the goals and dreams for students, to achieve beyond limits. I have the distinct honor to represent 6 departments, inclusive of early education, elementary, secondary, adult education, school, support administrators, and classified Unit J. All important entities to support our schools with instructional and operational programs and needs. I want to take the time to bring updates of voices from the field and concerns brought forth by our membership. First, let me express that concerns via phones, text, and emails coming into our office are not related to our strategic plan and instructional initiatives. The strategic plan is solid, focused on the most important pillars of academic excellence, joy and wellness, engagement and collaboration, operational effectiveness, and investing in staff, critical to our success. We agree that these are the drivers that have great potential for impact and change the trajectory of achieving positive student outcomes. Where our leaders are struggling are in the operational demands, and the reduction in force of cutting 450 assistant principal positions is already being felt at schools. I want to speak to you about 3 critical actions that only administrators can do. These actions cannot be delegated to anyone else. Supervision of instruction, one of the most critical aspects of principals in moving the instructional agenda. The evaluation process is very tedious and cumbersome. Annotating and uploading documents, at times we lose the human aspect of building relationships, trust, focused on the teaching and learning framework to really hone in on teacher behaviors, and mentoring to improve teacher practice, which will then result in student outcomes. In addition to now the evaluation process, we have 5 additional informal observations, again, using my PGS platform, where now we spend time tagging, observing, and again lose sight of the most important aspect, which is the discussion and the coaching and the mentoring and the debriefing of practice. To ensure that we focus on quality first instruction, we must begin to focus on We must begin to focus on quality of instruction and not quantity of instruction and visits. The second point, the New Star system. You mentioned anti-Semitism. We also have hate crimes, allegations of bullying, harassment, discrimination, which require extensive time for the investigatory process. Interviewing, uploading documents that are evidence-based, annotating all actions, coordinating with operations, staff relations, your director, to ensure that all policies and procedures are followed so that you don't get in trouble as a leader. These are extensive, time-consuming tasks that require our priority because it has to do with student safety, but they are extensive in time. The last part, the professional development of all our operational initiatives, the professional development for teachers, parents, and students must be facilitated by administration only. This is a task that cannot be delegated to anyone else. In closing, I want to leave you with the thinking of how we are going to support our leaders with the operational demands. They are critical to the success and the safety of our students. I also want to ensure that I am here to support and build transparency in regaining the trust and building the relationships that are so needed so that we can collectively do the work and do what's right for kids and meet those outcomes that we so desire. We all want the outcomes for students. I have begun to create communication systems internally and externally within my organization. I want to take the opportunity to thank Superintendent Carvalho for providing me an open door, Dr. Murphy, Dr. Serrato. We have been in close communication, and we have standing meetings where we address real-time issues to take real-time actions collaboratively in discussion and dialogue. I also want to take the opportunity to thank the board members that serve so diligently. I have met with most of you during our meet and greet. We've had an opportunity to chat and discuss, and I have brought these issues to your attention. I look forward to our collaborative efforts in ensuring that we do what's right for kids based on the data that we have. We are a data-informed district. Let's use the data to inform decisions. I have asked, and I will ask again, please run the New Star data to see how many operational demands there are at a school site. Before we start cutting any positions at the school site, especially administrative ones, let's make decisions based on data because we need to ensure the safety of students, the supervision of instruction, and ensuring that we also follow every district policy and procedure. And we live by policies and procedures in our district. So I leave you with this. How are we going to support our principals during the time of cuts operationally? How are we going to continue to show compassion and really bring back joy and wellness, not just by what we say, not just by saying thank you, but by showing that our actions matter with what we do. When I was a new principal, I was very eager. I had an urgency to change the trajectory of my students. And for a year, I struggled because I was pushing forth initiative after initiative after initiative. But I didn't have people following me. And it took one very, very courageous, seasoned teacher who came into my office and had a heart-to-heart with me and said, Maria, your ideas are great, but let me share something with you. People don't care how much you know, they care how you make them feel. And that changed my entire leadership trajectory. So I leave you with this. How is your heart today? Think about that. How is your heart today? That was part of the question during our PLI in our closing. And what are we going to do collectively to ensure that we bring back compassion, dignity, and a feeling of respect and value with the leaders that lead our schools that make a difference every day for our students, our families, our communities, and build those relationships with our parents. Thank you so very much for your time.